University of Guam became a land-grant institution in 1972. What that means for the university is not only the opportunity to extend their services and their research and their instruction into the community, but it provides an opportunity for the university to look at itself in a very different light. The whole meaning of land grant is to be an engaged university.
The great thing about Extension is that Extension is kind of the link between the community and the researchers. So we go into the community, find out what's going on in the community, find out what their needs are, and then we relay that up to the researchers, or sometimes we are the researchers and we tell them, hey, this is what they want to know about, or these are their issues. The researchers then go do the research, and then we take their findings and pass that along to the community in easy to understand language and concepts.
The Center for Island Sustainability, through the UOG Green Initiative, employs student internship as the UOG Green interns, and we teach them to do presentations to the K-12, which engages the students in the elementary and high school in living a more sustainable life within their classrooms and also bringing it to their homes.
The other part of our HF program is that we participate in the Operation Christmas Drop every year with the United States Air Force, and we help them identify the islands and the drop zones where we help them deliver over 30,000 pounds of Christmas items for them to the 70+ islands that we help. So every year we participate and help the quality of life for people in Micronesia through our simple HF radio.
CEDARS does a lot of work on Guam, but we also strive to build the capacity of the Pacific. We recognize that it is very important in improving the lives of people with disabilities to look at all areas and to extend our reach outside of Guam. And that's what we work so hard here at CEDARS to do. So with the Pacific VIP project, we'll have teachers that are certified in the region to teach children with visual impairments. These teachers will graduate with a master's degree in dual certification in orientation and mobility and teaching children with visual impairments.
The research that we do here at the University of Guam is deeply connected to the community. There's no way around that. The people at the university are part of the community, for starters, and also we have a strong connection, a strong engagement with youth and with leadership in the community that really make the University of Guam projects very meaningful. The research is not just a narrow kind of academic or ivory tower research. It's actually something that reaches out and engages everyone around.
Agriculture research is closely connected to our daily life, to the food we eat, to the clothes we wear, to the water we drink. Some agriculture research achievements are legendary and spectacular, like fertilizers, pesticides, and some are less visible but also important. In all cases, research requires funding. The majority of grants awarded to Western Pacific Tropical Research Center have resulted in significant scientific achievements, as well as helped our island economically through training people, which in turn increases employment and people's income.
We usually have a very international group of students, and so it's a very rich learning experience for them. And I think that because we have a master's degree as our terminal degree, and it requires a thesis, and we're so field ecology based, that our students, everybody in our program comes out with a really heavy research experience, and they're very well trained.
We have a number of types of researchers that come into MARC. We have our university students, and so they will look at things to complete their homework assignments, but it really sparks an interest in them in terms of what their community is about and how their history tells them of who they are, and it encourages them to think about how they can contribute to their island communities.
Look at the change of the salt in the water. We look at the 40 years of the data on 115 wells, and we came up, what is the salt changes over time. So what it means here, it means we can manage our aquifer better. So anything we do at WERI is kind of straight impact to the local community.
how exciting I think it is to be a part of a land-grant university, because it allows us to be meaningful engagers in our communities at large. We have students that we work with in the classroom and provide them with opportunities to engage in meaningful projects that help to address problems, that help to arrive at best practices in order to make some type of impact. Our capstone courses, our internships, our graduate thesis all represent something new, something that ultimately can feed back into the community, or perhaps they can take on to graduate studies.
With an undergraduate degree in mathematics or computer science or engineering or ag or biology or chemistry, the enrichment of what we provide here for our students allows them to go on very easily to major programs in the U.S. or stay here on island and get a master's degree.
The business capstone presentations are open to the public. Students identify issues that have surfaced or that we are confronted with on the island and within the region.
At the School of Education, we prepare professionals to work in school settings. We prepare teachers, counselors, and administrators. They have diverse experiences, and then they also work in diverse settings. The program that they are engaged in includes not just coursework with faculty, but also field experiences where they would practice teaching or counseling or intern as a school administrator, as well as passing national exams, developing a full portfolio to demonstrate that they have the knowledge, skills, and dispositions to be not only highly qualified in their chosen profession, but highly effective in their chosen profession.
I believe our nursing students are an integral part of the healthcare community on Guam. Approximately 47% of the nurses at the Guam Memorial Hospital are UOG graduates, and this includes nurses in administration as well as nurses at the bedside. The University of Guam School of Nursing is the only four-year accredited nursing program in this region, and so we really have an obligation, I think, to the island and to our community to provide an excellent foundation for them.
An often overlooked part of the land-grant mission is cultural preservation and sustaining cultural change. And in that regard, the college is at the heart of the land-grant mission. In addition to science and agriculture, we focus on teaching modern languages, teaching Chamorro studies, East Asian studies, Japanese studies, and we have a vibrant fine arts program with a Isla Center for the Arts as an extension outreach arm of the college. We're producing lifelong learners who are prepared to meet the challenges of the future, technologically and socially and environmentally.
That means that a land-grant mission is a very special obligation, and an obligation that continues into the 21st century. So even though it started out primarily as being of service to agriculture and rural communities and some technical fields, land-grant institutions now have expanded and do such things throughout our island community, like how to fish, how to make safe Keligwin, how to take complicated scientific research and translate it into everyday life. So all of those things that we value, that come out of higher education, all of those things that come out that we value, that come out of research, in-depth research, complicated research, that now becomes translatable through extension agents, through extension research, through community engagement, can be traced to this land-grant mission. We're proud to say, as we always say, that there isn't a community on Guam right now that doesn't feel the power of a University of Guam professional or student at work.